The fee that Matthijs de Ligt is going to be worth, I don't think he's worth the money. But I think Chelsea have to pay it if they think it's the solution. And Levi Colwill, bro, I've got a message for you. Make sure Levi sees this because he needs to hear it. Let's get in. Welcome to the Kavkas View, guys. And in today's video, we have got some great information for you guys, okay? Chelsea credible news. Chelsea news that all Chelsea fans need to hear. Story number one starts with Raphinha and Dembele. That's going to be at the end of the video. Chelsea are going to get one of Dembele or Raphinha, potentially. Barcelona can only afford one. I'm going to break it down and explain the details for you. More news has come out. Option number two, Juventus are asking for an astronomical fee, and I'm going to tell you whether Chelsea should actually pay it or not. And the fee is 3 figures. Ridiculous. Some would even say crazy. Finally, Colwill, Levi, if you don't back yourself against Nathan Ake, if you don't back yourself against Malang Sarr, then I'm not going to lie to you right now, mate. I have no idea how you think you're ever going to make it at a top flight club. Let's get into this. Hit the like button, people. Subscribe to the channel. We're aiming for 1,000 likes on this video. This video is imperative to hit 1,000 likes. It goes a long way. We're consistently hitting 800, and I am super grateful for that, by the way. All of you are absolute legends. The support is unreal. I love it. You guys, you know, YouTube has a bad name. All the comments are terrible. You lot make it worth your while. Like, honestly, you guys put a smile on my face, and I want to thank you for that. In the comments below, let me know whether you think Levi Colwill needs to stay. And finally, in the pinned comment is my Instagram. Hit me up in the DM. I reply with voice notes, can't bother to type. And we have a nice conversation about football. I answer in more detail your personal questions, something that I think is good to build a community of. We're both Chelsea fans. We both football fans. We can talk about everything about football, even outside of Chelsea. Let's get into it. So, when it comes to Italian journalists, we all know that one is above all right? Not Fabrizio Romano, but it's Di Marzio, right? Di Marzio are known to be very accurate with the news that they deliver. They are in the know. They are ITK at its finest. And when they say something 9 out of 10 times, it is imperatively true. And this is what we're hearing from the Juventus end. And this is very worrying if you are a Chelsea fan. Juventus won 125 million euros for the guy. 125 million euros. And that is pricing Chelsea out. And that is definitely pricing Bayern Munich out. There is no debate that if Chelsea can't pay it, Bayern ain't paying it. But Di Marzio is reporting that Chelsea bid 80 million euros. They're going to take it. They are going to take it. And if Bayern bid it, they're still going to take it. It's all about the money for Juventus at this moment in time. The issue here resides is that they don't want any players. They are done with having players, and they are more keen on having just cash and sorting this out. And then if you want to get if they want to buy your players, they'll come and buy it. But this is a deal that has to be done in cash. De Ligt has finally made his decision, apparently. His decision is Bayern Munich. If he wants to go to Bayern, so be it. But he is still open to join Chelsea. But if his preference is Bayern Munich, if it's the two clubs. The issue for me arises from this, right? De Ligt is a very good player. A lot of people are going to say, don't pay the money, it's 120 million. And my question here for all of you is, why are you buying short-term fixes? Short-term fixes are short-term solutions. These solutions don't last you for a considerable period of time. For me, this is how I want my team to be built. At this moment in time, we've got Mendy in goal. I'm not jealous of any other team but having a better goalkeeper than us. Is Alisson slightly better than Mendy? Yeah, he is. But Mendy's still a good goalkeeper. I'm not planning on replacing him. I want Mendy caliber players in all positions. I want people to say, well, you know what? We've got Trent. I'll be like, so? We've got Reece James. Do you understand where I'm going with? So if you're going to buy the player, stop looking at the transfer value and look at the quality of the player and how he fits into your system. So if De Ligt is the player that you think is going to take us to the Champions League level, why does it matter if De Ligt is worth 120 million or 90 million or 30 million if he's going to be the solution for the next 5 to 6 years? If he's the solution for 5 to 6 years, pay the money. If he's not, stop wasting our time and stop chasing a player if you're going to penny pinch. Locate the player that you think is the solution for 5 years, pay whatever it takes, and stop buying players. I would love a window where we sign nobody. And you know why? It would mean that our team's perfect. Realistically, that's not going to happen. But in a world where we're aiming for perfection, that's what we should be aiming for. Signing the top quality players that we deem are effective by their attributes, not by their transfer. Just because someone costs more money does not mean they're better. And just because someone is very expensive does not mean you shouldn't go there. That's just my views on the situation. Chelsea have agreed a bid with Nathan Ake, right? Nathan Ake knows that he's going to be joining Chelsea for X amount of money. They've agreed at personal terms. Now they want to agree transfer fee with Manchester City. Manchester City, on the other hand, and this is where the issue arrives, they want £50 million. £50 million. 50 million Great British pounds. Sterling. I don't know what they're smoking. I don't know where they're coming from. I don't know what they think this is. £50 million for their fourth choice centre-back is ludicrous. Do I think Ake is a good player? I think he's a very good player. I think Tuchel to take him to another level. But do I think Ake is the generational talent that he's going to be everlasting within this Chelsea team? No, I think he is competition for Levi Colwill. And this is how I would, it is buying insurance that if Levi Colwill isn't what we think he is, Ake's there to compete with him and take over. Ake's good enough to be a starter, but not for the long term. So now, unless Ake extends his availability and insurance that he is good enough, I don't see an understanding to bitch and moan about the signing. He's a good player. Back him. For a young player to make it at Chelsea, you need to have two factors that go your way. Number one, you need to have guts. And number two, you need to have opportunity. Let me break this down. Number one, Levi Colwill absolutely smashed it in the Championship. Reece James type of season at Wigan. Yet, Levi Colwill now is making demands that he wants to apparently have an opportunity for regular minutes at Chelsea Football Club. Big man, you can't make demands like that when you've never kicked a ball in the Premier League. I'm sorry. You need to have the hunger to come into pre-season the way Trevor Chalobah did, and then work your ass off and get a debut opportunity and take it the way Trevor did. Trevor took it, and now Trevor's a guaranteed player in this Chelsea squad. And that's the fact of it. That is the reality that we all have to accept. Levi Colwill has to do the same. Number two, Chelsea cannot be giving players like Malang Sarr opportunities in front of Levi Colwill. Unacceptable. Malang Sarr played one good game against Brentford, made 10 tackles, everyone got excited. Sad, but true. Yet, Malang Sarr had continuous games where he was mediocre or average or pathetic. No one mentioned anything because they kept referring to the same game against Brentford, and that is worrying. And now reports are coming out that potentially Levi Colwill might not be going on the pre-season tour, and the reason is Malang Sarr's in the squad. That's unacceptable. This is nothing personal against Malang Sarr, most probably a lovely person, but he is not Chelsea quality. We saw that last season. Levi Colwill, we don't know. Why is the opportunity not going to Chelsea graduate, in my personal opinion, who we don't know whether he's good enough or not, when we already know a player like Malang Sarr is not good enough. So why are we wasting our time? So I understand when Malang Sarr is going to say, why am I not going, then sell me. But at the same time, Levi Colwill cannot be making demands, but at the same time, we have to respect him and give him an opportunity. There needs to be a fine balance, and Thomas Tuchel, I trust you to find that balance. And if you don't, big man, we have got problems. I'm telling you now, that's another mistake because you keep trusting the wrong people, and I don't like it. Finally, to a story that's boring you, boring me, and I have no idea what's going on with. So, according to Ben Jacobs, Barcelona have matched Chelsea's bid. Whoopie-doo! Barcelona have agreed to pay Leeds United in Dogecoin. All jokes aside, they've agreed to pay the £50 million, but the payments are so staggered, and Leeds have not even accepted it at this moment in time. Leeds have come to the conclusion they are selling Raphinha. They have bought Siliestra, or whatever the other player's name is, and they are going to go with him. It's time to move off Raphinha. It's time to cash in. It's time to win the jackpot of profit that they acquired when they acquired Raphinha. They are going to make a great profit on their balance sheet. It's going to take them forward. They're signing a whole host of players. It's time for the next generation. But now, rumours had it that from John Cross that Dembele was very close to signing a contract because Xavi was asking him to. But now it looks like that contract's not happening. And now it looks like they are not signing two players. It's either Raphinha or Dembele. So Chelsea could potentially go back for Dembele. But Chelsea are not going to be given this astronomical wages for Dembele. People, I need to understand from all of you now, which one would you rather have? Because both players, in my opinion, is a problem that we don't know how we're going to handle. Dembele needs a club and his injury problems are a mess. But everything else, he is a tick for me. Goals, productivity, ability to beat a man one-on-one. But then you have Raphinha, who evidently does not want to join Chelsea. Rumours are coming out that he wants to join Chelsea and it's just his dream to join Barcelona. He won't be opposed to join Chelsea. But then how long until you have to replace him in a year and a half or 2 years? So it's a mess that do we really want to get into? I don't know personally. I want to hear your thoughts on it. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram. By the way, I am on the TikTok now as well, you know, and it's doing really well. You guys should go check it out. It's a more condensed version of this. But peace out, I'm out.